Hello everyone. With Sacrifice 3 being the biggest and most anticipated future update to Miner's Haven in probably its entire history, I thought someone who's played it since its infancy, would give some input on my opinion of the changes that will be in the update and just how Sacrifice 3 will work anyway. Now, first things first, I am extremely pleased with how sacrifices have been handled in normal Miner's Haven. Some Miner's Haven clones, for instance, have like 36 sacrifices, and I absolutely do not think that's the way to go. There's no actual like substance to it. It's just sacrifice 1, sacrifice 2, sacrifice 3, sacrifice 4, and there's nothing to it. It's just, oh, you get a new item and yeah, nothing changes other than that. You're just even more strong and G. First things first, this is not only going to add a completely new chunk to the game, but it's also going to change everything that's already existing in the game, which I think is needed as long as it's implemented correctly, of course. Which, first things first, items are going to be nerfed. I absolutely think that should happen, because right now we have people that are hitting millions of lives, and I never think that should be something that is an easy task, but it really is. Yeah, you might be thinking there's only like 5 or so people that are life 1 million, but really anyone could get to it within a relatively short amount of time, given they have the required setup to match it. I think that third sacrifice will fix this, or at the very least should fix this. If you're hitting life 100,000 on third sacrifice, that should be an absolutely major achievement. Done by few. Currently, life 100,000 in Miner's Haven isn't even that impressive anymore, and it's probably not even in the top 500 players. And we have people rebirthing in 30 seconds, and that's like an average time, it seems. I believe setups in third sacrifice should take, at the shortest, a minute. And that's like the absolute most overkilled and lucrative genius setup ever brought to in Miner's Haven. Like, it should be no shorter than a minute. Or possibly even longer. I guess we'll have to see. Now, if we're going to talk about actual features that should be changed outside of third sacrifice, I do believe second sacrifice is a little boring. I'm assuming this might be fixed. I feel like one immediate change that could be made is making it so you have to be a higher life to sacrifice for your second time. Even if it's something as little as life 2,000 or life 3,000. Just to give you a little bit more time to actually explore the features that sacrifice 1 actually gives you. It could be as high as life 5,000 for all I care. I feel like life 1,000 for normal, just sacrificing once, is kind of pushing it, but at the very least you get to explore pretty much every single mechanic that non-sacrifice actually gives you. So I feel like that's mostly fine. As for the normal, like, reborn price, I feel like it should probably stay the same for anyone under Sacrifice 3, but Sacrifice 3 is definitely going to be the game changer. But yeah, if I were to give my overall opinion, second sacrifice requirement should be anywhere from life 2,000 to life 5,000. This gives you more time to actually explore the features that Sacrifice 1 actually gives you, such as Reborn Fusion and your actual ultimate item. Now, if we're talking for Sacrifice 3, at the absolute bare minimum, Sacrifice 3, you should have a minimum life requirement of 10,000. Any lower than that and it's just completely pointless, because there is plenty of people who have broken that threshold, and it takes as little as a week to do that from life 1. If you're dedicated enough, of course. A week or even less. So I feel like the bare minimum requirement should be 10,000 all the way up to 20,000 lives. That gives you plenty of time to explore the options that Sacrifice 2 gives you, such as Advanced Reborn Fusion and other things which I can't even remember to name right now. But they're there. Oh yeah, superstitious items. That's another one. That's a major one, because superstitious items are no joke. Although I do feel like one particular superstitious item, dystrophy, should be completely nerfed because it pretty much makes the final upgrader kind of useless because it's just adding yet another Tesla to the Tesla that the final upgrader already is. That's just me, but I guess we'll see. Because it just simply being incompatible with the Void Drive is not enough of a bad thing for it to kill it, I suppose. Not kill it, but make it balanced, because it's not even balanced. I feel like it's just kind of... It'll inflate people's setups, is what I'm saying. And for Sacrifice 3, you want anything but that. The call for the 25 duodecillion rebirth price, I believe, is absolutely necessary for Life 1. I feel like for the start of Sacrifice 3 as well, we should definitely not allow boxes to be an advantage. I feel like they should be locked, which I believe is already the plan. So that's good. The reborn price absolutely should be higher once you start going. However, I feel like the reborn price should be not necessarily scaled back a bit because obviously the current items are going to get a nerf as well. So they definitely shouldn't increase. But I feel like there should never be a cap for the reborn price. Just make like the infinite, like gradual increase in reborn price actually manageable. And one way you can do that is just by making it an extremely minor exponential gain once you get into like the life 100,000s, for instance. Actually, that might not be a good idea because then it'll make life 1 million easy again. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there shouldn't be a cap is what I'm saying, but I also feel like it shouldn't get infinitely harder within 1,000 reborns is what I'm saying. Alright, so supposedly, according to the wiki, some of the changes that'll be happening are, for instance, you can have a key that allows you to get a slipstream item of your choice, which that sounds pretty exciting. And other than that, it's just special variants of the features we already have, at least so far, so that sounds pretty exciting. The Forbidden Sacrifice, I believe, is an absolutely, like, good thing. I feel like there should be a dramatic anime arc cutscene for when you sacrifice for the 3rd time, since it is, after all, the Forbidden Sacrifice. I feel like that's already a plan. Actually, I don't even have to give that idea away, because I'm sure it's already happening. And if it's not, it absolutely should be, and you know it. It needs to be as dramatic and over the top as possible, to the point where you just don't even take it seriously. It should be that dramatic. It'll just make it beautiful. Another thing that I would like to touch on is I think the reborn item that has like the absolute highest like requirement right now is, I don't even think it's life 10,000. I feel like that should change in the 3rd sacrifice. We should have items, hell, even all the way up to 50,000. They don't have to be absolutely game-breaking or OP, but they should at least be very unique for getting to that milestone. Obviously, right now, life 50,000 is an absolute crack in the sidewalk. You would look at that, like, milestone, and you would maybe not even spit in their direction. Like, it's that bad. So, it would definitely have to be, like, a significant, like, change to how rebirthing works. Remember back in 2015 when rebirthing genuinely took you a hot minute? I feel like we should go back to that. Now, I'm not saying like a life 10,000 setup in the 3rd sacrifice should take 10 minutes, but it also shouldn't take 10 seconds, is what I'm saying. I mean, obviously, 10 seconds is a little bit of a exaggeration, a little bit of an hyperbole, but you know what I mean. It's close enough. I don't want to talk about stuff that I don't know if it's true or not about the 3rd sacrifice, but I will say at the very least that it should absolutely change the game and how it's currently played. Like, the current meta for minor saving, if that's such a thing. Here we got this little quiz that says something about research points and boxes, and this is just a little bit of a bonus for the video. I thought I would do this. I already answered this, so I'm just going to proceed with this multiple choice question. For research points and boxes, it asks, should boxes be sacrifice proof? And for the boxes that they mentioned, which are ones that aren't very important and aren't very valuable, of course the answer should be no. And I said, and then it asked why. And I put, because it would be dumb to have boxes be sacrifice proof. People have 900,000 boxes. They shouldn't be allowed to just cheese the game at life 1. Should research points be sacrifice proof? Now we're getting a little bit tricky, because I am actually number 3 for the most research points. And research points have been like a staple and have been the same and consistent throughout the game since it started. So this one hits a little bit closer to home and is a little bit more of a painful question to answer. If the research point grind is going to be completely changed in Sacrifice 3, then maybe I can pardon my points. But if it's not going to be changed at all, then it would be pointless to have research points not be sacrifice proof. So I feel like the reason this is being asked in the first place is because the way to gain research points effectively is going to change. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and put no for now, assuming that the changes that'll be done to research points will be extremely significant. I already said my reasoning kind of, so I'm just going to put yeah and go on. And there we go. I suppose that's it. So let's get hyped for that Forbidden Sacrifice coming in not even close to any time soon. November at the earliest is what's planned right now. And you know what? That gives people plenty of time to, I guess, mentally prepare for the update and perhaps explore the game as it is now. It's just kind of like in the meantime, though, it's kind of like, what do we even do in the game? Is it even worth doing anything in the game? So I guess we'll see. Coming soon, the Forbidden Sacrifice. I hope you all thought this was informative or enjoyed my opinion at all. And I hope that you are all looking forward to Sacrifice 3 as much as I am, because this is going to completely change how the game is currently played. And I feel like that's a good thing. It either will draw in people or draw away people, but it'll definitely draw me in. So yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed just having a nice sit and talking with me about this beautiful update. Tell me what you think should be going down for the third sacrifice. I would love to know everybody's input on the biggest and most impacting update that will be coming to Miners Haven, probably forever. So that being said, I hope to see you all in a couple of months when the beautiful Forbidden Sacrifice is inevitably released. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Block A Burn, signing off. Goodbye.